Electric cars are a remarkable technological advancement that has changed the way we think about transportation. With their environmental friendliness, energy efficiency, and potential to revolutionize the way we travel, it's no wonder why so many people are excited about this technology. But what if I told you that there might be a dark side to electric cars that we're not aware of? A side that's hidden from plain sight, lurking in the shadows. In this video, we'll take a journey into the unexplored side of electric cars. We'll embark on a quest to uncover the truth about this groundbreaking technology and reveal some of the lesser-known issues associated with it. From the production process of electric cars to the challenges associated with disposing of their batteries, we'll dive into the impact of electric car production on the environment. This video will take you on an eye-opening ride, uncovering both the pros and cons of electric cars. Let's get started. The history of electric cars dates back to the 19th century, with the development of the first electric vehicle in 1832 by Scottish inventor Robert Anderson. However, it wasn't until the late 1800s and early 1900s that these cars became more widely used, as gasoline-powered cars were also being developed at the same time. Interest in electric cars was revived in the 1960s and 70s due to concerns about air pollution and the availability of oil. Several companies, including General Motors and Ford, developed electric cars during this time, but they were not commercially successful. In the 1990s, electric cars began to gain popularity once again, as advances in battery technology made them more practical for everyday use. The Toyota Prius, which combined an electric motor with a gasoline engine, became a popular hybrid car, and Tesla Motors was founded in 2003 to develop high-performance electric cars. Many major car manufacturers, including BMW, Ford, and General Motors, have introduced electric or hybrid models, and new companies like Rivian and Lucid Motors are emerging to challenge established brands. The world's first hybrid electric car was developed in 1899 by Ferdinand Porsche, who later founded the Porsche Car Company. In the early 1900s, electric taxis were common in cities such as New York, London, and Paris. They were popular with taxi drivers because they were easier to operate than gasoline cars, required less maintenance, and didn't produce the noxious fumes that were a problem with gasoline engines. During World War II, electric cars were used in some parts of Europe due to fuel shortages. The electric cars were often used for military and government purposes, and some were even used as mobile hospitals. However, concerns about range, battery technology, and charging infrastructure limited the popularity of these cars. Not just that, in the early 2000s, the development of lithium-ion batteries made electric cars more practical and efficient, leading to a surge in the popularity of electric vehicles. These cars have been used in racing for over a century. One of the biggest challenges faced in the electric car industry is in their building process. Before we dive into the downside of building a hefty electric car, let us first have a look at how they're actually built. Electric cars are built in a similar way to conventional gasoline-powered cars, with some key differences in the components used. Here's a brief overview of the process. The car manufacturer designs the car using computer-aided design software and then engineers the components and systems that will be needed for the car to function. The car's chassis, or frame, is built first. This is the structure that supports the car's body and all of its components. The body panels are then attached to the chassis, often using aluminum or carbon fiber to keep the car lightweight. The battery system is one of the most critical components of an electric car. The battery pack is typically made up of many individual battery cells, which are arranged into modules and then into a larger pack. The battery pack is often placed on the floor of the car, between the front and rear axles, to improve stability and weight distribution. The electric motor is what powers the car's wheels. It is typically located between the front or rear wheels and is connected to a single-speed transmission that drives the wheels. The motor may be air-cooled or liquid-cooled to prevent overheating. Electric cars also require a charging system that allows them to be charged from a standard electrical outlet or a specialized charging station. This system includes a charging port on the car and a charging cable that connects the car to a power source. Electric cars rely on sophisticated control systems to manage the flow of electricity from the battery pack to the electric motor. These systems include battery management systems, motor controllers, and inverters that convert DC power from the battery into AC power for the motor. Once all of the components are built, they are assembled into a complete car. This process includes installing the battery pack, electric motor, control systems, and all of the other components needed for the car to function. This is exactly where these cars are lacking behind. The cars are facing several significant challenges, that could have serious and worrying implications for their future development and widespread adoption. Firstly, there are concerns about the reliability and efficiency of battery technology, which is a critical component of electric cars. While improvements have been made in battery technology, there are still concerns about the safety and durability of large and complex battery systems. A battery failure in an electric car can be extremely dangerous and could cause serious harm to the driver and passengers. Secondly, the cost of building electric cars is still significantly higher than that of traditional cars, which makes them less accessible to many consumers. This cost difference is largely due to the higher cost of batteries, electric motors, and other specialized components, which can make electric cars prohibitively expensive for many people. Thirdly, range anxiety is a serious concern for many consumers who worry about running out of power while driving an electric car. Despite improvements in electric car ranges, many drivers remain hesitant to switch to electric vehicles due to fears of being stranded with a dead battery. Apart from that, the lack of charging infrastructure in many areas is a major obstacle to the widespread adoption of electric cars. Without a network of charging stations, it can be difficult for drivers to find a place to charge their vehicles on long trips, which limits their usefulness and appeal to many consumers. The weight of electric cars can be a significant issue, affecting their performance, handling, and fuel efficiency. The battery packs used in electric cars are often heavy, which can make the cars less maneuverable and more difficult to handle in certain situations. While electric cars have many benefits, such as reduced emissions and improved fuel efficiency, there are also some potential negative impacts that are often overlooked. While electric cars themselves produce fewer emissions than traditional gasoline-powered cars, there are concerns about the environmental impact of the battery production process. The production of batteries requires the extraction and processing of raw materials, which can have a significant environmental impact, particularly in areas where mining and other extractive industries are not well regulated. When electric car batteries reach the end of their useful life, they must be disposed of properly. This can be a challenging and expensive process, as batteries can contain toxic chemicals and heavy metals that can pose a threat to the environment and human health if not handled correctly. While electric cars are more fuel efficient than traditional cars, they still require a significant amount of energy to operate. As we said earlier, electric cars are often more expensive than traditional cars due to the cost of specialized components, such as batteries and electric motors. This can make them less accessible to many consumers, particularly those in lower income brackets. Lastly, the production of electric cars requires specialized components and manufacturing processes, which can make it more challenging and expensive to produce them at scale. Additionally, the global supply chain for these components can be complex and subject to disruption, which could impact the availability and cost of electric cars in the future. Owning an electric car also comes with other issues, like charging time. Charging an electric car can take significantly longer than refueling a traditional car, particularly if you do not have access to a high-powered charging station. While electric cars require less maintenance than traditional cars, they can be more expensive to repair when something does go wrong. This is because electric cars have specialized components that may require specialized expertise to repair, and these components can be more expensive to replace than traditional car parts. Electric cars have many benefits, such as reduced emissions, improved fuel efficiency, and a smoother, quieter ride. However, they also have some potential drawbacks. Electric cars represent an exciting and rapidly evolving technology that has the potential to revolutionize the way we think about transportation. With careful consideration and planning, they can be a great choice for many drivers looking to reduce their environmental impact and save money on fuel costs. Do let us know in the comment down below. What do you think of this electric car technology, and if you would want to get one? Give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.